I started dancing when I was probably 5, 6 years old. My mother was showing me my first steps in the kitchen. I remember that I was supposed to do some homework and she grabbed my hand. She said like, look boy, this is how you do the cha-cha-cha. And this is how you do this is how you do that. Well, of course, I wasn't really getting into it. By the year 1983, I had some friends that were really good freestyle skaters. We were always skating to music, and they came back from Sweden. Now, in Sweden, there were some Americans, and they were professionals in skating, but it was a very rainy summer, so they were not much skating, they were mainly dancing inside. So that was the year when I got introduced to poppin' and breaking. Now, when they came back from that camp in Sweden, we were skating again, but when they would lose the board, they would do a backslide after to get the board back. And for me, it was like, look, they're skating without a skateboard, So I wanted to learn that trick. So I got to learn how to do the backslide. Another guy, like when he fell off the board, he would do a backspin to get back up, and I was like, oh, he's spinning, he's doing like a skating move without the skateboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, I started technically about 76, 77. That's when I took it serious. But I've been learning dances from my neighborhood since about 74. Well, it was rocking and then breaking. Those are the first two dances I learned, and then party rocking. When you go to parties, you don't really think of it as like you're learning a dance. Like I teach today, I teach party rocking. But back then, I was just party rocking. I was partying, and the dance steps evolved out of the party, out of the jam. Well, I started out roboting when I was a little kid. That was one of the early dances I learned, about 74, 75, about 74. And then rocking, then breaking, party dancing. Then I learned popping, and then locking. And I don't know, I didn't even count, but that's what I was doing.
Great. Professionally, or what I'm known for, is popping, locking, and b-boying. But where I dance a bit salsa, I dance house, I dance anything, most of the styles I fake. I'm not saying I'm a this and that dancer, but I feel the music, I have fun, and that's what it's all about, especially if you want to grow within the dance, never think like, oh, but I'm already so and so good in b-boying, so I can't do this now because it shows my weakness. There's no weakness in it, as long as you have fun, that's what it's all about.
It is a choice, but I think the people that are evolving the dances right now are the ones that are learning many styles. We pushed it very far. Now the dances that are pushing it further are the ones that are experimenting in house and in popping, like if a b-boy experiments in popping, as reminded, b-boy remind. People don't know, he would practice popping all the time. A lot of his combinations were coming out of his popping moves. And that goes with a lot of people. When you see why not, he'll learn house, locking, popping, he learns everything. So that type of flexibility allows you to create more, in my opinion. So it's a plus if you learn more styles.
In order to really progress deeply in one style of dance, you have to hang yourself up on a style at some moment and practice it to an extent where nobody else went. So then it's taking a long time in order to contribute to the culture. But I mean, if you come into a camp like SDK and you have teachers like Mr. Wiggles, like Link, like Ejo, like so many other people that have been here, like Marjorie, like Archie Burnett, all these people that can give you the basics of any style. You have a fortune to take these classes, so do so.
Hey, Jackson friends, this is Bobby Bird. We need help. We can't do it alone. We can protest, but the only way to end this mess,
It's like a little child. See, the earlier you start with this, the better it would be. If you're already very deep into some dance, you already know what you want, you know? So you're going like, okay, I take that class, because that brings me forward in my style. But when you're new to the dance, you're like a little child. Now, if a little child is learning different languages, he picks them up like this, you know? But if you're too old, it's gonna get really hard. And that's what it is. So come like a little child. If you're new to the dance, take everything that you can, and then you can still separate the good from the bad.
Oh, it's beautiful. You know, I hear so much great things about it. Now I'm here, and everything that I heard matches what I see. The students are incredible. Some of the best hard-working students that I've seen in a lot of camps. I've been to some incredible camps. Brazil, they bust their butts when they get in the camp. They all get up and dance, and I see the same thing here. The students take the dance, they're having fun, but they take their class serious, and I appreciate that.
Body rock, back step.
For me, the most beautiful thing about SDK is the social aspect. That means that people are getting together, they talk together, they eat together, and all night people are partying. See, and the party aspect, the social aspect, is so big at SDK that it overshadows actually everything.
Also, I always think that when you're learning, simple is the best way. Simple is funky. Simplify your movement a little bit to understand it, and then add the technique harder. But keep it simple. You know, don't rush the beat. Take your time, pace yourself. Don't get discouraged, and stay competitive. Also, stay competitive.
You got to have a job, get everything you need. You got to have a job to buy yourself a squeeze. If you don't wear it, you can't eat.
If you start to dance, or if you are already a dancer, don't think that you can learn a move overnight. Yeah? In martial arts, they say 10,000 hours. It's going to take you 10,000 hours to become a master. That's how it is with dance. It's the same thing. There's some movements, you have to do them over and over and over again until you have them tight. And you want to have those moves tight, because otherwise, if you're lacking of control, it's not going to look the right way. So you have to put time into it in order to become a really good dancer. You always have to practice more than anybody else.